Back in May this year, when I first did a Plan With Me video on this channel, I remember saying, I cannot believe it's May already. Time seems to have gone by so fast. And here we are sitting down to plan for 2021. And that's exactly what this video is about. So in my last video, I showed you all how to set your goals and actually achieve them in 2021. This is the exact goal planning process that I follow. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, I highly recommend you to do it. But in this video, I'm going to be sitting down to plan for 2021. I am going to be talking to you all about my plans for 2021. I'll tell you what are the lessons I've learned in 2020, what is the word for the year for 2021, what are my goals for 2021, and just so much more. So without any more delay, let's get started. Along with using a planner every year, I also like to use a bullet journal to complement my planner. In my bullet journal, I like to do some food tracking, gratitude journaling, and a lot of other things like that. The first thing that I do in my new bullet journal is to reflect, and under reflection, one of my favorite things to do is to write down what my favorite music of the year was. I go through my Spotify playlist and I check what are the songs that I was really obsessed with all throughout the year, and I put it down on paper because I think this is a great way to kind of understand how your music tastes have evolved over the years. And sometimes I also like to go back to my old favorite music and listen to them just because it really helps me refresh and enjoy myself a little more. Once I'm done with that, I go ahead and write down life lessons that I've learned. So I have this notepad in my phone where I write down all the life lessons that I'm learning throughout the years. And at the end of every year, I go ahead and put this down on paper. Some of the life lessons that I've learned in 2020 are things can change at any moment, and the best thing that we can do is to make the best out of it. This is the lesson that I've learned from the pandemic. The second life lesson that I've learned is that people around us will always try to bring us down. It is in our control to soar instead of crashing. Our imperfections don't really define us, our abilities do. We need to choose collaboration over competition any day and every day. One of the biggest lessons I've also learned this year is to never wait for someone to do something for you so you can be happy. Instead, we should do it for ourselves. Another thing that I've learned about myself this year is that I am capable of doing many things, and all I need to really do is to just focus. Something that's important for all of us to also learn is to never spend our energy on those people who don't really value it, and we always need to be grateful and look at the positive side of whatever is happening. So after all of this, I like to pen down the best memories from the year, and for this, I just go to my photo gallery and look through and write down whatever I think was a very memorable event. So the first thing that I did in 2020 was to start off the new year as an adventure and with a bang. I went for paintballing, go-karting and quad biking for the first ever time. It was really fun. And then for Sankranti, or as you can call it, Pongal, I went back to my native, and going back to my native had really helped me reconnect with my roots, spend more time with my cousins. And then I also went to a beach which was very, very pretty. The beach was called Hamsal Devi, and I literally sat in the back of a car and drove through the beach. It was very beautiful. And then I also spent my birthday here, which was also a really good experience. The last time I spent my birthday in my native was almost 16 to 17 years ago. So spending my 18th birthday with my grandparents and amongst my cousins was one of the best experiences that I've had in 2020. And after that, in February, I attended my first ever Youth Fest, which was the Under 25 Summit in my city. This was the first ever Youth Fest I had attended, and I also saw Sejal Kumar speaking up here. And in February, I also went on a girls' date out with my mom and my sister, which was again a great way for the three of us to connect and get closer. And then in March, we had the start of the pandemic. Now, the pandemic was not a best moment of my life. The only reason I just put it in here because I think this is something that we all should remember for the rest of our lives, because the pandemic has taught us some major lessons. And then in July, I think this is where my life truly transformed. I launched my online business, and this was one of the proudest moments for me. And because I've launched my online business, I could also buy my first ever camera with my own money in August. And this was a huge milestone and an achievement for me, because this is something I've wanted to do for almost the last one and a half year. And after that, in October, I launched my podcast, the Astridelle podcast. Again, a very super proud moment for me. October was quite an eventful month for me. I launched one of my group coaching programs. I took a trip to my cousin's place. And then in November, I launched another group coaching program of mine, the Magnetic Content Academy, which is for content creators. And in December, I just spent the month by making the best of the last month of 2021. And now let's start planning for 2021. Something that I like to do always is to write down a couple of words that I want to live 2021 by. The objective behind this is to choose one word that will guide you through the year and will align you to the kind of goals that you have. My word for 2020 was intentional, and I think that word has helped me stay intentional through the year. For 2021, the words that I'm choosing are focus and abundance. I think focus is something that I really need in 2021 because of the kind of things that I'm doing in my life. I'm doing a lot of things together, and because of that, I also want to start developing an abundance mindset, which is very important for me to achieve all my goals. And then coming to my goals, what I do every year is list down the 8 aspects of my life that I want to focus on, which is health, personal growth, career, finance, family and friends, self-care, mindset, and fun and recreation, and list down all the goals that I have for each of these aspects of my life. Some of the goals that I have for 2021 are to read 25 books, finish 12 courses online, save more money and spend less money. Also, this year I want to start my journey of minimalism. I also want to maintain a consistent 9.5 plus GPA through all my semesters. I want to establish a work-life balance. I need to develop an abundance mindset and be more optimistic. And I need to learn to live in the moment. These are my goals for 2021. After writing down my goals, I like to write down what are the habits that I want to break. Some of the habits I want to break in 2021 are working post 10 p.m. and sleeping late at night. And some of the new habits that I want to develop this year is planning the night before and being more organized. And then I like to write down what are the things that I want to let go of and bring in 2021. In 2021, I want to let go of bad habits and unhealthy lifestyle and bring in more abundance and self-love. Moving on, the next thing that I do is to write down a reading list for myself because this helps me be more accountable to my goal of reading books. So some of the books that I want to read this year is Start With Why, Influence, Mindset, How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Secret, The Slight Edge, You Are a Badass at Making Money, The Power of Now, Attitude is Everything, Expert Secrets, Copywriting Secrets, launched by Jeff Walker, Building a Story Brand, All Marketers Tell Stories, The 10x Rule, and Eat That Frog. These are just a few of the many books that I want to read this year. My goal for last year was to read 52 books, which unfortunately did not happen. So this time I'm setting myself a more realistic goal, which is to read 20 to 25 books, which I think is very, very achievable. And then I moved on to my quarterly planning. Now, if you don't know how to do this quarterly planning, I will link up a video here where I talk all about how to set your goals and actually achieve them. This is a video that will help you plan the exact same way that I'm planning right now. My first goal for the first quarter of 2021 is to lose weight. This is a very important goal for me because losing weight will help me get rid of a lot of other health issues that I've really got. So then I went ahead and wrote down what are the things that I need to do on a weekly and a daily basis in order for me to achieve this goal that I have for myself. It's very important for us to know the why behind each of our goals because this is what is going to help us stay accountable. The second goal that I have for the first quarter of 2021 is to read 6 books. And again, it's always a great idea to put down what are your weekly and daily tasks are so that you know what you have to do on a daily and a weekly basis to achieve them. And the third goal that I have for the first quarter of 2021, and one of the biggest goals that I have, is to launch my new coaching program, which is my signature coaching program. A lot of effort needs to go into this, a lot of work needs to go into this, and this is a very important goal to me. Well, that was about my goal planning for 2021. If you couldn't say it yet, I am super excited for 2021. And I know I've said that sentence in all my videos for December, but yes, that is how it is. I am very excited for 2021. If you already haven't set your goals for 2021, this is the best time to do it. Do it before 2021 begins because then on the 1st of January, you will feel a lot more sorted and you'll feel like your life is all together because you've already planned it all out, right? So yeah, that was basically our goal planning session. I am super excited to hear what your goals are as well. So in the comment section below, make sure to tell me what your goals for 2021 are. I'm going to be telling you what my goals are as well, like you've already seen in this video. And I'm going to be seeing you super soon. Until then, bye-bye.